Hello, I'm Lucas, and this is another vlog entry. Right now, I'm currently in another place just to experiment with microphone settings and webcam settings, and to see if it is a better quality than my previous videos because they used to be very blurry. But anyway, on to the topic for today. So today, I was thinking to do something more relatable because the past couple of vlogs they were really uncertain. It was really badly thrown together. So this time, it's a properly planned 10-minute video of something that we can all relate to: television. I am going to list 5 things that I find really annoying about television. And if you think that you have some of these problems, or even if you have some problems with television that I haven't mentioned in the next list, then you can always put it down below. But anyway, on to number 1. Hello, I'm Lucas, and this is another vlog entry. Now, as you can see, I am in a new room. So, first thing I find annoying is, you're sitting in your room and then you look at your screen and suddenly it starts to go a little bit fuzzy. Little bit fuzzy. But then it gradually gets bigger and bigger. You can hear the sound of like a sort of shh coming from your speaker as well as the people's speech diminishing. You can see the screen starting to flicker and with the little black and white things coming all over the place. TV static. That's one of the things that I find really annoying. Now, it doesn't really often happen. It usually only happens if someone decides to mess with the antenna, or there's a bad weather, or something of some sort happen. It often never happens. But there's a chance that while you're watching your favorite TV show, and everything goes black. Everything just completely fades out, and you can't focus on the TV show at hand. So, you've gotta either watch the same episode again at a later date or go onto the internet. You can always find a pirated version of the episode online and then watch it again. And this time, there is no TV static. Yay! Second thing I don't like is featured all-day shows. And that's basically shows that are run over and over again all day long. So basically, for example, there's this really famous TV show that's about to end, and so what they do is they run all of the episodes up to the finale during the course of the entire day. And for some people, it's alright. You enjoy the show, you enjoy watching it, but for others, it's not exactly what you want to watch, and you end up having to avoid an entire channel. Could be a channel that you love, could be a channel that you don't really like, but you just watch it for a specific TV show. And when you go on, you find the featured show just clogging up, covering up all your favorite episodes. And even for a person who enjoys the show, they can get fed up watching the same TV show over and over and over and over again on the same day. So it can be annoying not only to people who don't really enjoy the show, but also could be annoying to people who actually do enjoy. But, too much is too much. So, featured, maybe only a couple of episodes. You could do one every other episode, so you could do one featured and then one normal, one featured, one normal, one featured, one normal, and then everyone's happy. But yeah, don't run it all day long. Number 3, and that is a problem that happens to frequent viewers, people who always go on television after school or work or whatever you do during the day. But The same episode usually airs once or twice per week. And for people who only watch TV once every week, that's alright, you know. You can just go on, and if you miss your favorite episode, go on again another day. But for people who watch TV every day, it can get really annoying that the show that you want to watch has an episode that you've already seen, and thus you can't really enjoy it as much because you already know what's gonna happen. You know, you're gonna know that this person's gonna die or that person's gonna get dumped. You don't really want to watch the same episode again. It becomes very predictable. And for those people who don't watch it every day, I guess they might go online to watch episodes that they did miss in order to catch up with the people who watch it every day. So in a way, it's kind of unnecessary to repeat the same episode. It kind of makes some people unhappy while it doesn't affect others. It's a lose neutral situation. So play one episode per week, if have to, once more per week, but don't go overboard with it. Because if I can find the same episodes 3 times in the same week, we know there's a problem. And I know that there's only such an amount of time a person can make a TV show. But if that happens, there's always plenty of other shows which can fill in the gap. So just play the same episode twice and then leave it at that. You don't have to go overboard with repeating the same episode. Number 4, and this problem only really happens in countries with a dictatorship or I guess a controlled government. But basically, you know, you're watching the news. Everything's fine and dandy, but then advertisements comes on. Right when the news breaking story comes on. And I'm not talking about the advertisement, I'm talking about censorship. You can't block people from vital information. And even if it's information that's bad for your country, it's still information. You should be able to see whatever you want to see. And it's not only limited to information, there's also certain TV shows which are blocked because they have inappropriate content. But why? If it has inappropriate content, just put 18 plus on the front of the TV show and leave it at that. If the child comes in and they see the show and then they're scarred for life, their problem. It's not your problem. You don't really have to censor certain episodes because they are not good for your country. Because every country gets loads of crap thrown at them. You don't have to block your own country, your own citizens from knowing the truth. And anyway, there's always so many other different ways of finding out the information or even just rewatching the TV show online. It's just pointless. There's no point for the censorship. Just no point. Might as well just release the information to everyone to see. And finally, number 1. The number 1 annoying thing about television. Over advertisement. You know, you're watching television to see television, not to see the next new brand of cocktails or the next Adidas shoe. You're here to watch television. But the thing is, somehow, the television company can make a half an hour episode stretch in for over an hour. And that literally means half time you're watching your TV series, the other half of the time you're watching advertisements. Why? I get that the whole point of television is to advertise, to show your brand new clothing or whatever. But there comes a point where a person can get so fed up with watching advertisements that they just lose their minds and they go somewhere else. And at the end, a lot of people they just get turned down because television has way too many advertisements. And then they go online where everything's advertisement free ish. It's too much advertisement. Way, way too much. I mean, there is a way you can do this, and that is by making a huge television block, only put one advertisement in it, and then the outside between series you can put in the advertisement, because that is usually when people wait for something. They wait in between episodes because you tune in for your favorite show, but it hasn't started yet. So you watch the previous show while watching advertisements in the middle. So it's better to put things in between episodes than in the middle because people get annoyed and they get put off by television and then they just leave. And advertisements, in a way, is also made for breaks. And if people constantly get bombarded with advertisements, people start getting bored because they have too many breaks. I mean, would you rather have a bunch of short breaks or just one long break? Because too many short breaks, you can't quickly recover and you just end up, when is it coming? When is it coming? Because during a one long break, you can do whatever you need to do. One short break, you don't have the time to do it, and there's just too many of them, so no point. So just one short break between two episodes, and a big long advertisement break at the end. That way you can also add in more episodes and make it more interesting, and more people will come, instead of just filling up all those gaps with advertisements. That is not what people came for. This is what the advertisers came for. But the advertisers are not the funnest things you can find. And I don't think you either will want to get bombed with advertisements. Only the people who those advertisements are useful to them. So yeah, shorten your advertisements. That is always a good idea. So here it is, the 5 annoying things you can find on the television. Leave any comments which you feel like putting down in the link below. No, not link, comments. There is no link below, but there is always the little like box down below, and I sure would appreciate it if you clicked it as well. But anyway, this was another entry for my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening me up to this point. And have a lovely day or evening if it's the evening for you. Whatever you watch this, have a lovely time afterwards. Goodbye.